love to gamble, but it's fast becoming a big problem. Michael Shafar is back to tell us more.
Thanks, Anthony. Yes, our final story tonight is about gambling, or as we call it on election day, voting. Gambling is part of Australian culture. Whether it's a game of 2-up on Anzac Day, a bet on the Melbourne Cup, or eating that dodgy kebab at 3 a.m, Australians love to take risks. But gambling is also a big Australian problem. Last year, Australia led the world for gambling losses per adult, followed by Singapore and the US. And that trifecta was paying 15 to 1. Whew, amazing. And as gambling moves online, more money is being lost. Gone are the days when you had to walk into a dank TAB that looked like a crack den and reeked of lost hope and shattered dreams. All you have to do today is create an online account and you can bet from the comfort of your own home. A home that will soon be repossessed. Because some online betting companies prey on vulnerable clients. They suck people in by offering inducements to create a betting account. CrownBet offers new customers $150. William Hill offers $200. Ladbrokes offers up to $500. These inducements are very effective. You can bet on it. After doing this research, I now have 3 different betting accounts. And I'll have to sell my car for the under-12 Reservoir Redbacks to lose to the Croydon Wildcats. How do these online betting companies justify these inducements?
The bookies say they're just targeting existing gamblers.
I think it's important to recognise that when we advertise, we're not targeting people who don't have a propensity to have a bet. We're targeting people who are currently betting. That's the primary aim of the advertising.
Now, Giles Thompson from Betfair has a point. Betting companies only target existing gamblers. They are definitely not trying to get new customers to join now. And I don't know where you got that idea from in the first place. Oh, and also Betfair. Just because you put the word fair in your name doesn't mean you are. In the same way that just because 4 and 20 claims to sell meat pies doesn't mean they actually contain meat. Everyone knows they're made of tears and rust. Now, once new customers are sucked in, these companies then make it very difficult for them to move money out of their betting accounts. When you initially put money into a betting account, you feel like a hot girl walking into a nightclub. They don't even check your ID. But when you want to move money out of your betting account, you have to provide them with 100 points of ID and your credit card. There are Nigerian princes who don't ask for that much information. And some betting companies will delay this process by up to a week to entice you to keep gambling. Imagine being invited to your family's Christmas lunch and then being told that they'll let you leave next week and only after you provide them with your passport, birth certificate and bank account details. So you have to make 7 days worth of small talk with your family, which is hard because by day 3, grandma will have had a bit too much sherry and then it's only a matter of time before she says something racist. Crazy grandma. Of course, none of this is mentioned in their advertising.
Up this, now that a man can cash out with Sportsbet in-game, he can experience an overwhelming sense of freedom.
You might have the freedom to cash out mid-game, but if you ever want to see that money in your bank account, you have to submit an application with the relevant ID, in person, at their offices, in Nepal, which are only open between the hours of 2 a.m. and 2:10 a.m, every leap year, on the 29th of February, along with references, a police check, a vial of your own blood, and a copy of a solved expert Sudoku puzzle. But you can cash out any time. Now, if you're worried that online betting companies are exploiting addicted gamblers, then let Neil Evans from Centrebet assuage your concerns.
I think the bookmaking industry does everything possible on our side of the fence to say, OK, there are temptations there, bet with your head, be responsible.
But does Centrebet really do everything possible to get people to gamble responsibly? Let's have a look at this ad.
Download the Centrebet app anywhere, anytime. Download the app today. And don't just watch it.
Yeah, they do tell people to gamble responsibly, but they do it in size 2 font. You shouldn't be allowed to make the most important information the hardest to read. That's why we don't have stop signs that look like this. Besides, just telling people to gamble responsibly is not enough. We ask people to drink responsibly, and that does not stop grandma. Especially when the rest of the ad is telling men that gambling will make women like you. That does not happen in real life, okay? Models don't just appear out of nowhere and flock to you. That only happens if you are Leonardo DiCaprio or if you wear Lynx deodorant. Those are the only two times. Oh, and nobody ever loses in these advertisements.
Come on, yes! You beauty!
Trev won $250,000 cash.
If you believe these ads, betting companies aren't greedy corporations. They're charities. They just give out money. They're basically gamblers without borders. In fact, it would be irresponsible not to gamble. Also, you might recognise the main character in that last ad from Amy's latest commercial. Pictured here explaining to his love interest that he no longer needs insurance because he gambled away his car. Look, we know that gambling is addictive. Now that people can gamble anywhere, anytime, we have to better protect problem gamblers from predatory advertising. If betting companies really want people to gamble responsibly, they should also advertise responsibly. And let's hope the Reservoir Redbacks get up this weekend.
That is our show for tonight and for this year. Thanks to all our guests. Thanks to a phenomenal crew behind the scenes making this show happen. Please thank the brilliant Elizabeth Davey. Remarkable Paul Calabot. From all of us to you, good night. And the third thing, far out. You're... One word. Mr. Wayne Swan. I'm going to die here. Back to the Future.
Wayne Swan wanted to cut... Nope. Mr. Wayne Swan and I... What? Nope. Wayne Swan wants to... Wayne Swan...
Are you actually Wayne Swan or are you Scott Morrison?